if you watch this video, let me know if you want your reel now or not. Can I send it now? Because I sold the Airstream Custom. I guess, I don't know if he would care to know that he bought. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you who bought the Airstream Custom. They may not want anybody to know. I know Jay doesn't care. Jay bought the other Alpha. So both Alphas are sold and heading out tomorrow unless Jay wants me to hold off on his. But anyway, let me know, Jay, if you're ready if I can ship it when I go to the post office tomorrow. This baby just came in today, though. We got 2 boxes going out, 1 coming in. So I do actually have 1 reel to sell if it sells. If it doesn't sell, I'll just throw it back in service. The Corrado BFS XG. Awesome reel, and I'll probably put it back in service this weekend anyway. I don't think I'll leave the hand. I'll probably put a single lifestyle back on it, throw some 10-pound braid back on it, and throw it probably on the quick. I probably should just keep this because it does hold just enough 10-pound line. I could use that for a good, it makes for good, because it palms good for like on that jerk bait rod for a bunch of all around stuff. So anyway, but if I can sell it, I don't even know what I'll get. So I've sold the Airstream Custom. Sorry, Eugene. Eugene tried to buy it back for, I think he's offered me $150. No, Eugene, I already sold it. Airstream Custom's gone. Edo AI's gone. Charles bought the Silver Creek, both Lingles, and for you guys, in case you missed it. No, I'm not selling out. I'm just, I'm kind of getting rid of stuff that either A, is hard to get, B, can't get anymore. On reels anyway, and trying to fill it with not only what I want, but what would be available to you guys to buy. Baits are sort of the same way, but like right now, and I believe Tacklewarehouse's sale ends the 12th. What's today, the 10th? Or is today the 11th? I don't know. I think it's the 10th. So you can jump on there right now if you're watching this video and something catches your eye. What's for sale? I've only got 1 reel for sale left. Corrado BFS XG right-handed. I've used it, and this is one, I don't know if it matters or not, but this one did come from, I can't even think of the name of the fishing store now, but from AliExpress. It was bought from AliExpress for like 170 or 175 bucks. And that's basically what I want for it. What I gave for it. It's still, these are hard to still find for that price. What are they here? Are they like 200? I don't know. Anyway, awesome reel. I can't see any, I mean, I'm selling it used, but I don't see any scratch. I don't think I've scuffed. This one's in very good shape still. Like new. It's not new. It's not new. I've used it. So anyway, let's get to the heart of the matter. I got this another sticker for Charles. I need to take these. Charles says he wants these stickers. So let me get this stuff out of the way. How many of these stickers do you guys have? I've got too many. So right off the bat, you can see that, right? Put your money where your mouth is, right? You guys heard me talking about the jabberjaws. I just started using them, and they're just like game on. So I got a few different colors for that clear water, kind of a bassy, kind of a, almost has the colors of the purple haze or sprayed grass, kind of greenish. Doesn't really look like a baby bass, doesn't really look like whatever, but it looks like everything, right? That color should be good. Then kind of I guess a version of a fire tiger. They call it something other than fire tiger. But a very good, I think, looking bait. What do they call that? Where's the names of these? Just trying to look. I'm sure it has it somewhere. Yeah. This one they call Lucky Charm, right? It's a Lucky Charm. Got that kind of rainbow effect. That is a good looking bait. Lucky Charm. And this one is, they call it Green Crawl. That's fire tiger, right? And then the color, I wanted to get this color in the shallow, but they don't have it. They call that regurgitated or something. Yeah, regurgitated shad. But I like that color. It's kind of like what that shizzle on the Strike King Red Eye Shad lipless or rattle trap isn't far from that. That should be a good color too. And then I had to get one of these just because, and I can't remember the guy's name, a YouTuber similar to me. I don't know. He doesn't have near as many subscribers or viewers as me, but we all got to start somewhere. It was one of the only places, like right off the bat, I could look and see, and he used a shallow one, but he had this bait and this bait underwater footage showing how they ran. And this one runs like crazy. I don't know if, he didn't show it getting bit or whatever. He talked about how they both work good, but he didn't show that footage, but he did show underwater footage. This definitely does not run as wobbly and as crazy as this one does from 6 cents. So they're on clearance also, like $8, $7.20 or something for these. So I picked up one just to try it out, and I guess real quick we might as well. Yeah, it says patent pending, and I think they both say that. I don't know if this one says it on it somewhere, but so I don't know if one or the other had to change something or what's going on, why they're brought the price down, or they're just too crazy price, so they're going to change it up, and they've made them a little cheaper, and they'll come looking a little different and be a different price. I have no clue. Just spitballing. And I'll be honest, I like some of their baits. I really am not a huge fan of too many of their colors. I like this color. This color looks good. Kind of the same thing for 13 Fishing. I'll be honest, some of their colors, and let's open this one, it's more closely related. I don't know, I guess if I'd say I'm a fan of anybody's colors, some of these baits that work real good they have a tons of crazy color selection, but not a ton I like. I guess Rattle Traps probably has the most, and a bunch of them I like. Okay, let's try not to hook myself. I'm going to show you real quick. For those of you that are, you want to jump on Tacklewarehouse right now and you're like, I just want one, which one do I get? Well, the only one I fished is a jabberjaw, and I can guarantee you that you've seen the color I got, the one with it's kind of like a white, sexy shad looking one. But that color, once that water gets a little murkier or kind of, I don't know, could be any time, but not as bright of days, or just, anytime you want a brighter bait. Throw that one. Or that white one also works for both. But then there's just times, I felt between the three, you guys have seen I got the one with a lot of white, this kind of more natural looking one, if they're either kind of spooky or you just want to, clearer water like some of those pits will hit. And then that color for the murky or some of these ponds I've been hitting. I think this color actually be better than the white one I had, or a combination of both. So compared to this one, I'm going to try to let them focus. The jabberjaw has like a bigger, fatter look to it. But like sideways, they're very close. This one is just longer overall. This one has a bigger, more squared off blade. This one's a little more rounded. Just looking at them, I would say that this guy has to go deeper than this one, but not as deep as, and they only make one in the 6 cents one, but I don't think it'll go as deep as the deep jabberjaw. So it could be in between, and they could work together, and this one may suck. I have no idea. It looked good underwater. Underwater, it had that crazy, and you probably, what I recommend with any, especially shallow baits, is get a clear, pit, even borrow somebody's pool, run these things and figure out what jerk or retrieve and make them do weird stuff, and then kind of get that, kind of practice that into like a muscle memory type thing. If you can get them to act weird on certain retrieves, maybe a stop and go, a quick jerk, or rod tip twitch, or a quick fast crank to hunt or do different stuff other than just run them off brush. I would almost swear though that this has a bigger chance of getting hung up on wood than this dude does. The jabberjaw, the regular one, is awesome. It's like 4x4, goes right through the wood real good so far. I have no issues with it. The deep diving one, I don't recommend throwing it through wood. I recommend it just when you want to go out a little deeper than the regular jabberjaw, or you're on rocks and you kind of want to bang it on rocks a little deeper to where this one may not go. I have stuck and lost one, and the one I do have, this will be my second one, different color. I've already like kind of, it'll stick on some of the wood. It just has a deeper dive angle, deeper, longer bill, you would think, but I would think this guy's going to go, yeah, probably in between. It's a shorter bill, but almost has the same angle as a deeper one. This guy's got a little flatter angle, not as steep. Goes a little shallower than those two. Should be close. We'll find out. I don't want to mess with that yet. Here's what took me forever to track down. The only way I can find these is Booyah. That's the only skirts that Booyah sells, or Tacklewarehouse sells of Booyahs anyway. And that's these, because you guys might remember I lost a bait, the chatterbait, the only chatterbait that come apart on me so far was the one that kind of had the black and yellow and white skirt material. But Charles has a buzz bait, so I'm going to put one of these on, and I just want to see him in person before I order more, but I'm going to put one on our chatterbait and one on a buzz bait and just try them. I'll be trying those Saturday and probably Sunday morning and through the day on one. It may have a little more yellow than I would like, but we're going to try it. I could always pluck a few yellow out of there. And possibly just sneak in a few white if I really wanted to. But those colors should be pretty good. So then, let's go. Oh yeah, I forgot about half this stuff. We're coming in the house and Vanessa, I'm like, yeah, it's like Christmas she's like, every week. You order something every week. I'm like, well, getting stuff in. These little, I call them like a little spinnerbait, chatterbait thing. These things with that more like an Indiana blade and a Colorado, and they're only 3/8 ounce. I plan on trying to utilize some swim baits in with these to get them to just swim a little deeper, but the way they vibrate, I really like these sling blades from Z-Man. And they have, let me open one. This will make and I don't fish a bunch of spinnerbaits. I already actually have way too many spinnerbaits for no more than I fish them. But in the process of, I just ordered one, and I just ordered one back in the way early spring. And I just ordered one of these Z-Mans because I thought it looked good, and it had the little Colorado blade was orange like that color, right? So I was wanting it for that pre-spawn kind of thing. But these things, they've got the good like memory or whatever wire, and they're just a good little bait to throw around. And I had real good luck on the one color, so I bought another color, and I had decent luck with it. So I just picked up a few more, kind of that natural and then kind of a bluegill type color. I'm going to try to utilize them, put some of those Meredith from AliExpress little swim baits, and pick up my spinnerbait game with those. So then let's save the best for last. I totally forgot I even ordered these, but Z-Man does make lizards. So I bought, and I didn't know when these would make. I haven't even fished the lizards I did buy. I went and bought some Zoom lizards because you guys all know Zoom possibly is known to have the best lizards, but the Z-Man should last way longer because I was fishing with Matt, and he got on a bite and was catching them. I mean, I probably could have used one of his lizards, but he managed to go through all of his lizards on his own. But the pumpkin chartreuse tail, now these are a little bit different, slightly off from what the, I'd call the Zooms are a little bit darker on the pumpkin chartreuse. But then I got watermelon chartreuse tail, and then just green pumpkin, because these I'll probably use the like dipping stuff to just add a little bit of chartreuse to the tail. And we're going to put these up against the Zooms. Hopefully this weekend. I'm going to be going with Matt, maybe both days. Charles has got stuff going on. But for sure Saturday. So I'm hoping that lizard bite's still going. It's been a couple weeks. But when that bite was a little tough, you could basically throw them lizards around any kind of wood, man. It was kind of game on. So I'll be trying that. Be looking forward to that. Kind of, I don't know. I'm going to look hard at this bait and decide if I want to try to order any more before their sale goes off. I'm just looking at it thinking, it looks awful big. I don't know, man. I bet you I end up liking that. I like this little jabberjaw. I'm hoping they're going to make a size just a little smaller. I would like to see just a size smaller in that jabberjaw. Because this one, even though it goes deeper, it's still the same size. It's small, but I need a little bit smaller. This one's actually like a bigger profile. A lot of you guys probably like that. I'd call this like a fat 1.5. I guess I should compare them for you guys to some regular ones. But I'd call that not a 2.0, maybe close, but like a fat 1.5 probably, maybe a touch bigger. And just looking at it, this one I would call more like a 2 or 2.5 within range of that. Pretty bigger than I normally throw square bills. I like the little square bills usually, because usually the bite's a little tougher. I can't get them on chatterbaits. I can't get them on spinnerbaits. So I've already tried some stuff. So I try to get finessey and throw like a smaller square bill, like the Dig It. And there's a few others that I've been using here and there. Nowhere near as effective as that Dig It was until I started throwing one of these. Not that color. That hook is pretty sharp, just so you know. Let's look at our chatterbaits I bought. And just because I figured I needed, I had I don't know, some of these and I just sold them all, $1 a piece to Charles. But then Tacklewarehouse was having another sale on them. So this, and I figured I just needed one in that fight, right? In the hunt, in the fight to compare it, because I'm going to do something I've never done with one of these. And I just had to buy another one to be able to do it. I'm going to take that skirt it comes with off. And now back, I don't think I know I've never done it. I've never put on any other any other skirt style than this. See how that's got that, like, the way those perfect skirts, or whatever they're called, are made, they kind of don't collapse enough in my mind to let a chatterbait work 100% free. So if you guys have been paying attention, and what I've been doing on my like 3/8 and 1/2 ounce, especially with the summertime, like the fish are more active, I think your chatterbait needs to be more active. So I've been putting either just a straight zinkers on some of these hand-tied skirt baits, whether it be the Z-Man, evergreen jackhammer, or these knockoffs of it from AliExpress. So you see how once you tie that on, one that's like a hand-tied deal, I don't know if you guys can see. So the water's coming around the head, and these 3/8 ounce actually, I think, do an even better job of working through the water. But the 1/2 ounce one seems to do about the same thing. But I think you start slowing it down for what I'm trying to do, and sometimes it may not matter. So what I'm going to do that's the Z-Man Original. Now this is the small one from the 3/8. But look at that. That is a totally huge different hook size. But you would think it's bigger diameter, but it's not insanely huge. So you would think you could get by, and you sort of can a smaller rod, but we've talked about that. This whole thing popping up is what some of the issue is. But the old Z-Man Original, that thing it's just a fish catching machine if you've got a stout enough rod and you know how to set the hook. And you guys go back, if you haven't watched any of my videos, talking about why I think you need to, pull in and feel that fish, kind of lean into it, feel the weight before you yank, no matter what, is to get this blade straightened out, even on these big, huge honking Z-Man Originals. So anyway, we're going to put I'm going to basically put a hand-tied skirt on. And I'll probably do it by just making my own, putting one of these on that already have the wrap on it, are made like that, but then basically pulling it down tight, and somewhere or another I'm putting a black and blue on this thing to where it'll match up like what this one is. But this one isn't going to be in that bad. I already have a 1/2 ounce black and blue. And this guy, lastly, these are still a small fortune, like 12 bucks. They were originally 16, 18 or whatever, and I think they're still like 12 bucks, but that's in freaking ounce and a quarter. Just because we're wanting to go deep, right? I've heard rumors and talks, and I'll be honest, once you get to a certain depth, I feel it's better, you're better off to go with something like this. It's going to dig down a little bit, or rattle trap or whatever, right? Chatterbaits kind of have their limitations on certain depths, but look at that. Oh my God, look at that huge honking head. I just had to get one. It was the 12 bucks. Jackhammer, the biggest jackhammer they make. I believe Picasso you can get. Well, I had the huge, you guys maybe remember, look back, I think I sent it down to Charles. Picasso made some crazy obnoxious big one that I threw a handful of times. It was harder to crank that thing back than it was like a freaking 6 or 10 XD. That thing was way insanely too outrageous. But I had to get one of these just to try it. Because I feel if I really wanted to with a half ounce instead of getting a 3/4, you can add just a little weight on a half ounce and make it 3/4. Pretty freaking easy. You can't really make a half ounce chatterbait into an ounce and a quarter very easily. It would take a bunch of weight like you see here on this head. So I got one of these, and I'm going to try it in the water and see what it feels like, and retrieves and dragging it maybe down. My plan is I want to be able to go, slow as I can, still get that blade clicking, and it should cover and get down deeper than definitely a 3/8, way deeper than a 3/8, but even a half ounce by I'm hoping double, how deep a half ounce chatterbait will go. So I just got one to try out, and I know it's an ounce and a quarter with some trailer on it. It's going to weigh probably about an ounce and a half, and I've got my rod is only going to be rated for an ounce, but it'll throw an ounce and a half, no problem. The Teton was only rated for something crazy, and I've thrown the Whopper Plopper, the big one on it. I've thrown a big Whopper Plopper, which is over an ounce on a lot of my other rods. You just can't rear back and snap cast or anything once you get into, when you're at that max weight of your rod or above it, you got to just, you got to be a little careful. So anyway, that's what I got from Tacklewarehouse. I'm actually anxious to use this. I'm going to put, and I'm not putting a big trailer. I'm going to put that one of those little bitty, this one's going to probably get, I'll try both, but the first thing I want to put on it is that baby Rage Menace, and I'm not going to feed it all the way up. I like that one because it's so skinny and it doesn't have real big. I don't like the 4, it's a 3-inch. I don't like the 4-inch. The Rage Menace, I think, is a little too big. Like it will work, but for what I'm wanting to do, I like that little dude. Now this one, it may not matter because this thing weighs so much. This thing may be impossible to get to hunt, or it may hunt like a freaking nightmare of a dream compared to that small blade with such a heavy weight. I'll just have to see. I've never thrown one of these in this configuration. But I'm going to start with that Baby Rage Menace, black and blue, or maybe the blue sapphire. Put it on, and I usually leave it about a quarter, probably a quarter of an inch away. The main thing is when I hang this down, I want the legs to be past, start right at or just past the skirt material. And I like that smaller profile. You could go a little longer if you want to get, I don't like going too long. Or I'll probably I got a black and blue fleck Zinkers worm. I may also put one of those on there. And I like to keep those just about 1.5 inches. You get too long, and during casting, it's more likely it could get caught in the hooks and all that kind of stuff. But you can go longer. I'm trying to get this off to fill that hook. I'm going to end up hooking myself. So, and before... They don't, I believe every jackhammer comes with the exact same hook. Here's the Z-Man original. It is very close to the same size. This is just has a touch more of a gap, but the overall, I think, diameter, well, I can tell you real quick. Batteries went dead on this sucker, but we can still get a look-see at the mechanical part. Yeah, so I got to go a little bit bigger. It's not by much, but this is a barely thinner diameter, just barely. It's a little bit thinner, and it's definitely a better hook, a little, overall. But I'm telling you, the Z-Man Original is still a beast of a hook. It works. Trust me on that. So we're going to get those out along with their other ones. We're going to get the jabberjaws. Going to try, I don't know if I'll try all of these colors, all of these baits, but depends on the water clarity. I think I'm going to make some predictions for those of you guys that definitely, you're familiar with the channel and you follow the shows. Predictions. Oh, Jay. Yeah, thanks. Okay, now let me know, Jay. Can I ship that now? Because I'm going to post office tomorrow. I'd like to just get it over with tomorrow, shipping both. But if you want me to wait until you tell me to ship it, then I will. But I didn't realize it had a little bit of orange. That actually makes it even better, I think. I like it. Just a little line of orange. If you guys remember the old Bigot, has a little bit of orange streak on it. I'm predicting, because where I'm going with Matt, you guys remember that color. I think he started out with the Shizzle, which is almost a copy of this color from the Red Eye Shad Strike King bait. And then I bought the Oyster and worked pretty good as a rattle trap. Well, Matt, I don't know if he's got this color or not, but I think that will catch, I think I'm going to catch a nice fish on this Saturday. Stay tuned to see if my predictions are correct. Now, I may catch it on one of these other ones too. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this one. I just bought it. It was $7 and something to try it. I was hoping I'd get out and fish it and just get before I buy any more. Because like right now, I've got 3 jabberjaws, 3 different colors in this. I'm tempted tonight to jump back on there and at least buy one of the other colors. I'm tempted to buy another one of each because these all colors look good, and I know the jabberjaws do work. So then I'd be doubled up on the colors. And I know it's a small fortune, but I just like the way that these things work. I don't know about this dude though. I'll be honest, I'm not as big a fan of this color. I don't know. That's a good color. Yeah, that's a good color. These colors speak to me though. I can see the different water, clarity on when I'd throw it, or, that goes off other colors of baits. Okay, yeah, I'm going to ship it, Jay. It's gonna be headed your way. I got everything's all packaged up on both of the alphas. I'm no longer an owner of any Daiwa alphas reels. I do have 2 zillions, and I've been debating. I still can't talk myself out of thinking about it, but that freaking brand new Steez Limited shallow spool is calling me. Digitaka has it. If you guys want to jump in there and grab one on your own, Digitaka has it for right $468. The way the currency's working, I think that reel either did list or is listing on other places for like 650 or 70 bucks. It's an awesome reel. It looks good. I'm sure it'll work good. I'm sure it should outperform the Zillions by a little bit. It may not palm just the same or a hair smaller. I know it's already, to them, it's already old technology. Every time that Daiwa comes out with anything that's limited, it's getting rid of the old frames and technology, and something new's coming. That's just how they do it. They kind of slap limited on it so they can get more money off of it, and then it's out with the old, in with the new. Hello. Got a jabberjaw for my Zillion. Spool speed, ceramic bearings for the spool. Yeah, I'm over this whole aftermarket bearings. I mean, they'll work. What I found is they may work as good or better, but they only make the reel louder in almost every case I've seen. And I'm kind of to that point. I don't know, it's probably me just getting old or whatever, but I don't know, even in that new Shimano, the new Aldebaran, it's got these crazy quiet spool bearings compared to even the Dark Wolf Ultra is not loud. The Zillion is actually fairly, I mean, it's got some noise because I always zing that sucker, you know, I'm throwing heavier bait, so it's got a little wing into it, but a lot of that's just the line noise and stuff. But I was getting annoyed by some of these BFS reels and how they would cast. That's kind of why I like the Airstream Custom. It was a, you know, fairly quiet. The old Aldebaran 16 was, it was always had a loud kind of a casting, and almost any of these aftermarket spool bearings, man, they got some speed to them. Like the Black Knight 2, as far as a reel for, with stock ceramics, those things are loud. Work very good, but they're a little loud. And I guess you could technically oil that stuff, but yeah, I'm going on a rant. Anyway, I got to get some stuff rigged up. I'm going to be hitting it this weekend. I have a bunch of old skirts like this because I never did. I should probably try that color, but I don't know if I've ever caught a fish on a Z-Man chatterbait with that color on. I think I've tried it before. I don't know. So anybody else have any questions? I'm going to get out of here. Yeah, Jay says he has two Steezes. Yeah, I haven't had any of the, you know, TWS Steez, is any of the SV Steez. I've had maybe only two different Steez over the years. You know, the older, I think I had one of the real old, like original versions, and then they changed it just briefly, like the very first gen to the second gen were real close. And I think I had one of each. I think one was a regular, like gold one, which is just their high or regular speed. Then I think I had either a purple or other one. Oh, I take that back. I had a Steez, and I want to say Chris. Who did I sell that to? I had a Steez A, the aluminum Steez. I don't even count it because it was aluminum. It's not really a true Steez. It's kind of a copy, but once they're made out of aluminum, they're still throwing a Steez name on them. But in my opinion, a Steez needs to be made out of magnesium and have all the bells and whistles. But I had the Steez A. I never fished it though, so I don't really count it. I bought it, had it, wasn't impressed just in the weight and just everything about him. Like it just wasn't, to me, in my mind, as Steez like as the other two Steezes I had. And so I sold it basically for what I gave for it before I ever fished it. So technically I've had three. So while we're talking about bearings, I think Shimano is ahead of the game. I think they were the head of the game. Even though they were noisy, they had something. They were still awesome bearings. The 16 Aldebaran and the Calcutta Conquest, crazy good bearings, just a little noisy. But they've upped the game. That Aldebaran 22, those bearings, they look like nothing you've seen. Like I looked at the bearings, I'm like, wow, they're so freaking quiet, so smooth. Like, I don't know if you guys remember in the very first video. Let me grab this reel. I got it on the rod, but not lined up. In the very first video, the unboxing, I took this reel, and I want to show you guys something. This thing still has resistance. This reel, let's just talk about this for a minute. I had no idea I was going to be talking about this in this video. Look out, bait. But if you guys remember right, in the unboxing, I pushed that button and I spun that spool. Now it won't spin because I have it actually set with some stuff on. But it just like, I barely spun it and it spun forever. Those spool bearings are so smooth, so quiet, so free. And it's like, how, I don't know how they do it. They definitely have upped the game. I don't even know how this opens. I don't know if we'll be able to see one or not. Oh my God, come on. Let me see. These are hard to get out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hang on. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get this. Jeez. There we go. I'm just going to try. I wanted to get that out to try to show you. It's got like almost like an outer race built around it or whatever, but that little bearing, it's like extra detail. Like you just look at it and it's like some extra stuff went on in there to for how that's made. It's kind of bigger, but I think if you're looking at it, it's real skinny, and the outer race part, I believe, is just way thicker to be, I don't know, more stable. But I think it's like micro balls in there. I don't think they're not ceramic. They're just like a micro spool bearings that are totally. Well, I can't get this freaking thing to focus. Are just totally different than anything I've seen anyway on these little. And that's a crazy little spool. This thing just flat works. It is an awesome fishing machine. Other than, look at that crazy resistance. Look at that. I can't figure it out. Once you get out and you start fishing, you won't even, like, it's so smooth. You can't feel the gears. There's no issues there. It's got resistance though. I don't know why. I haven't torn it apart or nothing. I mean, it's a brand new reel. It's only been used a handful of, not a lot. I think it's got a plastic worm gear. That could possibly be something that is affecting it. Maybe it's got way too much grease in here and internally, because I have not pulled this apart. Came with the drag collector. No need to right now. It's, it is. I just figured it would free up after I fished it. And if you guys have any of these, I don't know how you would test this without other than taking your handle off, or, you could add a little weight to one of the knobs just to see if it, none of the other reels, like from the cheapest AliExpress reel to the highest other end, even the old Aldebaran didn't have that resistance feel. It had some. Like the old Aldebaran was hard to explain. I guess actually, technically, it had something like this, but this one feels way better. Once you start moving it, it's crazy. It definitely feels smoother than the old Aldebaran. But that right there, I don't get it. All my other ones just drops like, doom. You just let go and it just drops. Like there's nothing, no resistance. It's either in that worm gear or the anti-reverse bearing. It has to be one of the two of those, I'm guessing. Just the tolerances are so freaking tight that by the time that everything else on the reel is wearing out, it'll be freed up. So anyway, I'll leave the spool out for right now. I've kind of been up in the air on this reel just for that, and then the fact that little nudge, every once in a while, I'll be fishing this for a while. When I fish it for a while, you can feel that right there. I don't know if you guys that have these, if you feel that with your hand, that is a crazy ribbed part. And they've kind of done that on purpose, I think, so you can grab it easier and turn it and adjust it, and they've left it exposed. But when you're palming it, I can feel that. I'm starting to feel that. So what do? Do I just scratch my hand enough until I build up a callus where I can't feel it, put a piece of tape on it, put a piece of tape on this, or do I just sell this and get one that has a smooth side plate? You guys tell me. That right there looks... What's funny is I'm getting ready to go watch the movie. Just came out on Hulu. Prey, the newest Predator movie. Tell me if that doesn't kind of resemble, it's something about it has that Predator face to it, right? I'm trying to make myself like this cutout section. It's just like something is not right. I definitely don't like that look right there. I don't like. Kind of looks, I'm trying to make it look mean. Not cute, just mean. Right there kind of looks mean. Right there it looks like they forgot something. The rest of the reel, right there kind of looks funky. Like, what did they do to that reel? But overall, I actually like this star. I like this drag star better than I like the just plain Jane, you know, aluminum ones. That funky 5 star, like on the Crotto, don't care for it. I actually like the looks of that. You kind of have to, I think, have to have a kind of a shiny drag star or handle kind of goes with it. Maybe a good carbon fiber one, you know, it kind of set off each other since you have black in there. But they got a lot of stuff going on in this part of the reel. I'm trying to hold it long enough to let it focus, but I kind of like, I don't know. I'm still up in the air on this reel. What was it, like 287, 277, about $300, just under Digitalk. I think they still have a few if you guys want to go get one of these. There's some like 350 or 360 everywhere else, and they may be out, and that's, I don't know. Awesome working reel. Awesome looking, palms light. I mean, it's just, I'm kind of nitpicking when I, you know, talking about some of the, just kind of some of the looks. I feel when you get into that kind of money, high end, some of that little stuff should have been taken care of in a final, you know, production features. Because I believe this, and I'll still say it. I'll say it right now. Just so you guys know, let me just say it right now, and then I'm going to get out of here. I still think this reel right here, if you gave it what this one has, this is your better platform right here. It palms, it just, like, look at it. Just look at it. Now you need to make all this one color. See, they kind of made this, Corrado's kind of made cheap, but it's a better frame. It just is. It needs to be made out of magnesium. It needs to have the freaking huge honking line guide, right? So they've cheapened it up. So you make this out of magnesium, give it a good, you know, and for the love of God, really go back to I like the original 2016 model color and overall just the way it was on all the Aldebaran so far. Go back to the 2016 Aldebaran color, make this real, you know, put it on this Corrado frame out of magnesium, maybe carbon side plates or magnesium side plate. I don't know about that part of it. You guys figured out an overall balance, whatever. Give it the good high-end aluminum gears to lighten it up even more. It's already palmed so small. And maybe give it a little, you know, a padded thumb bar with chrome instead of just a kind of cheesy plastic thing here. You know, it wouldn't take a lot, and then that would be an outstanding Aldebaran. Lighten it up, change it, put a good paint job on it. That is, look at that. That's just being cheap. That's just like, let's throw something out there on that 70 platform, which has been around for a while. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a good reel. And for the money, it works awesome. It does everything good, but they've cheapened it up. They could have made the spool lighter. They could have definitely, you know, I guarantee you, it does not cost you any more money to just put all your reels. Every reel, once a company has made that line guide, every reel should have it on. It does help. It's not a huge, but I can already tell you times when I wasn't paying attention, and it's really when you're trying to hard or cast and you're trying to get distance, and this line guide, you know, it's on one side and you do a hard cast. When that line gets over here and is trying to feed that way, you can like either fill it, slow your line down, you know, slow the bait down, or it'll cause it to the spool to can rise up or have it. It's not really a huge backlash, but it can cause issues. It's just like you already have it. Just dude, put it on all your freaking reels. You know, stop being chintzy with all this stuff. Good thing I caught that with my feet. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. And as I do, I almost dropped that thing again. I would like to thank you guys for checking in and watching this. Stay tuned. I'm going to be out there fishing with Matt Saturday. Sunday is still up in the air, possibly with Matt, possibly with myself on the place. Oh shoot. Well, I got options. If you guys watched the last video, have I even edited that video? Oh, wait, yeah, I haven't even made that video yet. You're gonna see a video coming out where I got on some big fish with the other colored jabberjaw. Anyway, that's coming up. I may go hit that place again by myself. And I'm going to get these on, one's going on a chatterbait, one's going on a buzz bait just to try them. And that yellow and black, I probably need a touch more black. I thought that would come with more black, just kind of bumblebee, black and yellow, right? All right, guys, so I got to get out of here. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go watch Prey and pray that it's a good movie. It's supposed to be good. It's on Hulu. It's for free, so I'm not costing me any money. Oh, hang on. Probably packed full of grease. Yeah, that's probably. Yeah, Jay says he has the Scorpion BFS and agree 100% that if it had the Aldebaran components and a magnesium frame, it would be better than the 22 Aldebaran. Yep, no doubt in my mind. But they've just kind of dummied it down, and it's just heavy compared to, you know, a lot of your other small BFS stuff. Even the, I don't know if it's, I think it's even feels heavier than the Alphas that I'm getting rid of there because it's got brass gears and they don't. They've got a, well, the one does and the other one doesn't. Still an awesome reel. Just I see where it could be better, in my opinion. All right, guys, thanks for watching. This is probably what I'm more excited about trying is that dude in deeper water, and then just to see what that guy does compared to the jabberjaws. I'll be comparing all them. Also, I'm going to be comparing my I got the 6'6" Carbon Light 2.0 and the I had the 6'9", so I'm going to be kind of throwing the chatterbaits with it and just double checking to make sure it's got the same feel that the 6'9" did. If for some reason it doesn't, I will get the 6'9" because I did love the way that thing felt. And then we'll be trying out these against zooms, and then we still got to get the big A baits into the mix too. I've got a few different big A, oh shoot, swim baits rigged up. I don't know what color Arthur calls that, but that for that one place I go to should work. I pulled out a bunch of those same color tiny baits and never made it to there because I got on a crazy bite with that jabberjaw and never made it to a finesse bite. The big bite was on. Oh, there's one of those I was going to show you guys. I didn't think I had one of these. So when I'm rigging up, and I'm going to definitely get out of here then, a chatterbait. At the moment, I guess you'd call this is probably my favorite bait just for the fact it lets the bait zig and zag and it's got a little kick to it, right? But I don't put them on all the way. It's only a 3-inch bait. If you put it on up there all the way, like, you know, you can, like almost any other time you would probably want to do on a bait, when you put it all the way up, it can be, you know, just a little too far. So I just, you know, just measure where you think you want it going. If you want it back a little bit, you just need to make sure that at least some of that material, you know, gets up there and catches on the keeper. So, you know, either here or somewhere in there about, I mean, you can put it on all the way and just try it, but if you feel like you're not getting bites, move it back some. But I can already tell you I like it probably on the other ones. I'll have to double check this guy, but yeah, something like that where it's just, you know, right where those are right about the edge or maybe just a hair up, but I don't want it sticking back too far. Those Baby Rage Menace, I feel are the perfect size to let it work and just have them back there flopping around, because that one bait for sure I had a little more white in it. That combination of the yellow, black, and white was on fire that morning. And then I still continued with this color, was still very good. with one of the white ones on as a tail. I had tried different green, a few other colors, but that was also an excellent bait. All right, guys, get out, go buy some bonsai. 50 minutes, I got to go. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. A lot more coming. And just so the guy that was commenting last night on last night's video about the Kestrel Elite, saying that I didn't even talk about that reel. Dude, I talked about the reel. Talked about how the reel test, you could kind of tell that he was just kind of like, yeah, you know. So he didn't seem as crazy enthused about it. That if he would have, I would probably already have one ordered also. But just going off of him and his, you know, guess kind of demeanor or body language and talking about it, I don't really care to get one. In my personal opinion, no. For $220, not at the moment. The Dark Wolf Ultra, $70 is still your best choice, unless you already, you know, Shimano or Daiwa or Cast King, you know, loyal to, then of course get the Kestrel or get the Aldebaran 22 or get the Alphas silver. Well, there's 3 different Alphas options, right? You got the Geico Pigeon, whatever it's called, the Alphas Air TW, or the Silver Creek that, like I had the one I got rid of to Charles. And so, yeah, I'm not going to be getting that Kestrel Elite anytime soon. This winter, who knows? Once fishing stops, slows down, who knows what I'll end up doing with or whatever this winter. But, you know, it's fun to get out here in the yard or in my little casting arena out front of the driveway and play around with real little bitty baits, because I can throw, you know, across the street 70, 80 feet or less with the little 1.5, even 2 gram baits, and do little shootout videos and stuff. That's always fun to do. And so I might get another slew of these little reels, but for now, I've got that Aurora and the Microfly coming, and we're going to do a shootout between the deeper spools and the other spools, and we'll be doing that shootout. All right, guys, thanks for watching.